Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Deck Doctors episode. Today, we have a deck from Jake, and this is a Circle Undone, Cluever-related Preston. When they built the deck, they only had through Dream Eaters, but for this Deck Doctors episode, they have said that we can use all the way through Innsmouth, because that is what they now currently have. But the only return to they have is Knight of the Zealot. So if you don't know what Deck Doctors is, we're going to look at this deck and offer some suggestions for how this deck could be more successful, is the word that we're using today. Because Jake did say that they had a rough time with this deck in their Circle Undone run. So we're going to try to make it better. So I think what we should aim to do is we should strip this deck down to a level 0 deck, and then put roughly 14, maybe up to like 24 experience into it. Does that sound like a good plan? Because the 14 is what they're at right now. So we can do that and then a bit more. So, before we get to that, I'm going to, as usually I kind of just take like I'm pressing all the buttons. I'm the Wizard of Oz, the man behind the curtain. So I'm going to pass this one to you guys for just your preliminary thoughts on what we have here.
This guy has too many one-ups of the cards that he needs to play the game with.
So by one-ups, people don't know. It's stuff like Money Talks and Small Favor, Decoy, and then...
Well-Connected. He's only got one copy, too.
Yeah, we only got one copy of Well-Connected. This is not like stuff like Miss Doyle, which only has a limit 1. But I also think...
don't play 2 of that. They're cheating.
Yeah.
yeah, but like it would be good.
It would be good. So what we're just going to do is I'm just going to strip all some of this down and start getting to a 0 deck with basically what we kind of have. So I'm going to take out the Pluckies too. And also actually before I strip it down further, what are your guys' some general thoughts? Because when I see Preston, I understand the thought behind Plucky. You're going to be using it to spend your resources to do brain and book tests because you want to defend yourself and you want to use books to get there. But I look at Plucky and I just see that this is going to get swallowed up in the first encounter card you draw in the Mythos phase. Because you're going to take horror, you're probably going to fail.
You are not passing tests.
Yeah.
That is true.
That's kind of my thought on the Plucky here. And I think stuff like Lola is super, super sick, like a great game plan for Preston, especially Cluever Preston. But I still don't think you're using Lola you're not using Lola for the book buff here. You're using Lola to buy clues off of locations. So then something like Peter Sylvester doesn't also really have a home here either.
Peter Sylvester, so the upsides of Peter Sylvester, if you are playing the Pluckies, is that he can eat the horror damage.
Very true, yeah.
That you're probably taking during the Mythos phase.
Yeah.
To keep your Pluckies around. I think he could probably...
worth it, though.
Yeah, he could... I think the ally slot could be taken up by something a little bit stronger. I do like the idea of the Pluckies. I just don't think that the execution of them is going to ever be as good as it looks like they might be. I think we're actually better off just spending more XP on that effect and dumping it into a Streetwise.
Yeah. So,
there's the argument. I think there is an argument for Plucky because you can use to boost your brain specifically for the Circle Undone.
Yep.
Brain
our teammates
is stronger than Foot. Sure.
Hopefully.
Sure.
And then also from the looks of it, this deck looks like it wants to, obviously with the Plucky, it wants to continually transfer the money over when it can, when they haven't been used, into Preston's account. So that's something that also to be aware of with this deck is that you need money to make Plucky work, and Plucky does not do well with Family Inheritance if you want to use it in the Mythos phase. And obviously also with Well Connected, we also want to have a lot of money here.
If we're going to play a big money deck, I actually kind of like playing the... it's kind of awkward with Lola if you're intending to hold on to money for Well Connected, but I like Leo as an ally for this deck, so you can just use your extra action to take your money off of your family inheritance, and it's free.
I like that too.
Yeah, it's not a terrible thing.
What do we think about Miss Doyle?
She's sick.
Yeah,
5 is a lot bigger than 1.
5 is a lot
Yeah.
bigger than 1. Yeah,
She got the cats, dude.
she does have
Miss
cats.
Doyle. Miss Doyle stays.
The only thing then, like, so if we're gonna play Miss Doyle and we want to play Lola, do we also want to play Leo? Like, are we going like a big ally thing for this recommendation to keep this path, or do we just like leave Leo out and just like as a path to take with big money, Preston?
Well, that seemed to be what he was into. He's got charisma there, so
We'll need another one though, right?
no.
Well, I count 3 allies, and
We just won't have them all in play at the same time.
Yeah.
But wouldn't we want to have them all in play at the same time?
I mean, that would be nice, but it's not necessary.
Well, then in my thought then is like, why not then just drop Leo and get some other things in there that can be even better.
Yeah, we could. Like, so from my point of view, it's like a core of your deck is like the Lola and the Leo, and like if you draw Miss Doyle, she's nice, but she's far from necessary. She also is like, after you dumped all your money into Lola, you can push her off the bridge for the cats who don't require a constant.
See you later, Lola. Time to pay attention to these cats. Okay, I get that. All right.
Like I don't think it's worth it to play a charisma for like 2 of an ally and 1 of another one, you know?
I get what you're saying. I mean, I like the. To me, this is for me. My instinct is I would want. If I'm running them, I want them all. But I do get and respect the thought process behind it, right? So we also want more of these. Like we want another well connected, right?
Sorry, especially on like when we have 5 allies with 2 charismas, I don't think we can find a copy of each of our allies consistently enough for it to be worth the extra 3 experience.
Yeah.
Unless we're going to put a big pile of draw into the deck.
I do think a big part of our problem here is that we got to decide which kind of money deck we want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like either we're spending our money for effects, or we're hoarding it to make things good.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we've got to be one or the other. Because you can try to do both, but you'll never have enough money for like either thing. Well, at least like 1/2 of the things to be good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So this is then up to us with we're in our medical gowns. We've scrubbed up. Which path should we take?
I think
you go
Sorry,
first.
Go ahead. Okay. I was going to say that I think that Preston plays the spending game a lot better than he plays the big money game.
Yeah.
And that's just how he is, you know?
Yes, I know you think that, Brent, but I also think that's what this deck leans more towards. That like well connected is the only real like money hoarding card we have.
And money talks.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I missed that one because it was one of. It's basically not even there. Yeah, okay. We could just like shave on both of those and just run spendy.
That works also well, like with the plan for like the plucky, because then if you don't need to transfer all the time because you're not looking to save money, right? If you can transfer some when you have a down turn, then you can use that for your plucky. I get like now that makes a bit more. Juice
we don't need
there.
the Leo then either.
Yeah.
I do think we should lose the plucky in favor of like Streetwise.
Yep. I mean, Streetwise is just like a better card.
It is, yeah. It is just better all the time. Like, well, not all the time. It doesn't give us plus brain ever.
It's a shame we can't take red.
Yeah.
Or level 3 plucky.
What does Moxie 3 do? Brain and foot, poopy. I mean, it's still good, but we want the book.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, we don't actually need to draw this.
Yeah.
It does have the downside of costing a shit ton of XP.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's also very powerful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they also can't run Moxie 3 with their current collection, so bad, Justin. I'm gonna lose my my license because of that one.
You got a license?
You
Yeah,
don't?
medical license. Have you been operating without one?
Yeah.
So, what are your guys' thoughts? Because I feel like I don't know who the partner is, but like we could probably cut this like decoy in this small favor, probably, right? I mean, we could keep the small favor because it is very when you need it to like kill an enemy that you just can't like deal with, or it's like a turn away, or it's like a location away. We could keep the small favor. I think the decoy is not that spicy to me.
It's fair.
Because I assume this Preston isn't going around trying to solve mysteries on their own, right? Like he's like, help me, I'm going to die. I am literally made of graham cracker.
You don't know that.
He could be venturing off on his own.
Yeah.
Doing what he wants. Backpack finds these. Always love a good backpack.
Yeah, like we need something to. I think I kind of want to see. I mean, is decoy better than kind distraction? Kind distraction better than decoy? They feel like kind of a similar niche.
They do. They do.
Yeah, I think it's better when you're playing with more people because it is much more likely that you will need to use it at a location that is not yours.
This is true. Very true.
With less people, cunning distraction, it's just a better card, I think.
Yeah. Should we change this and do we go like maybe like this? Because this also is as we always say, just a guts too if need be.
It is also just the guts.
I kind of like that change. Gravedigger shovel, flashlight, keyring. What are we thinking of these hand slot items? Like I get the theory behind them, and I think it's sound where it's like reduce the shroud to 0. You can reduce the shroud and then use Lola to also grab another clue for very cheap.
That's kind of cute.
That is kind of cute.
I do like that.
Yeah, like if you get to a 2 shroud location, just use Lola and then just grab a clue for free. Don't even spend your money to get your clue. It seems kind of sick.
Yeah.
If we're gonna play streetwise, sorry, sharp vision might actually be nice for getting clues too.
Oh, I love me some sharp vision.
Yeah, the downside is that we don't actually have. We're currently in the red for XP.
Yes, that is true. But I did say we could go a bit higher to recommend. Yeah. I just wanted to also like have like a plan, right? Like have like a level 0 deck that or like starting points. So like this Lola could be an ally. I always like to switch my ally with an ally. This Miss Doyle could be a freaking unexpected courage. I don't care. She's a cat. She's cute, right?
It might be actually the Miss Doyle. Well, I mean, Grandma might be a good ally. I'm not sure which one she would replace here.
Oh yeah,
but with like, how much might we're just sinking into stuff.
Agree 100%. And Grandma's also like now anytime I have an ally I'm upgrading into, no matter what, I'll usually just put Grandma in because she's just so cheap. She has great soak and a great ability that you can just like you can play her on the first turn, spend your money, and then just get $1 back.
Yeah, you remember when you didn't play her?
I did play her, but then I stopped playing her for a while, and now I love Grandma. You don't judge me for just taking a long time to see that I love my grandma like everyone else should love their grandma.
I will judge you.
My thought process is it's if you're ever running a sharp vision, you probably also want to have... I like sharp vision and resourceful. I think they go really well together. That is a harder case to make in Preston, but I do think with the Streetwise, it is good. And then we can also put a Lucky in this deck, which does actually benefit Streetwise and Preston as well, I think.
Yeah.
Lucky. So, the only thing is then we're still looking at... like the 5 hand items, the Gravedigger shovel, it's probably here just like for the discover a clue Do we really need that here? Could we just turn this into another small favor so we're not running it as a one of? Probably more worth it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if we want for, like, the potential fighting capacity, small favor is probably better. If we for the free clue, we'd rather just be playing Intel Report, right?
Yeah.
Or playing Tool, right? Never mind. I'm good.
Yeah, we can't play 3 of those though. It's the same. That's the same. We can't play 2 Miss Doyle.
Yeah.
But the deck would be better if we could play 3 Intel Reports.
Oh yeah, that'd be sick.
You know.
That'd be great.
Yeah, it would be good. We could also, instead of playing the Lucky, play Look What I Found.
Oh yeah. We have the unupgraded one.
Oh yeah, okay, no, that's good.
Which I also still think changing this into when you have the experience, like this is a little bit over now what we had, but turning this into a Look What I Found 2 is really nice. Really nice.
It is powerful.
This Lucky also could easily be something else, because I do think Lucky is particularly like at its like is like not like stellar in Preston. However, if we are sinking money into Streetwise, it's nice to have a bit of insurance for that. But this also could be something else very easily, I think. What that is, I have no idea, but it could.
Yeah, it could be a
Turn it into a hit me.
A lot of things could be a lot of things. Just
Yeah.
But I don't think hit me is gonna be in Preston.
I mean, you draw -2, then you get the +4, like a -4 off this. You get a +4, and you maybe still fail. Yeah, we should probably find something else for this. This Lucky. And also make sure we didn't put anything that's not. I don't think we have anything here from Edge of the Earth, so I think we're in the clear. Boom. Gotta keep our doctorates. It could reasonably be a scrounge for supplies. That's how we get 4 intel reports.
Yeah, this ground supply is pretty sick.
Yeah, there we go. We cracked the code.
Especially
We're like,
in Preston, where you have.
I mean, it grabs a lot of relevant. It grabs a you handle this one intel report. Yeah, I think that, and it can grab your old key ring too if you really need. I think that's actually pretty solid here. And we figured out how to get more intel reports. I'm calling that a win.
It does sound like a win.
Sweet. Any other thoughts on this one, or can we close the patient up? Before you came, Travis, Bern and I we made a few hospital jokes. We're just running with the theme right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think this would work very well.
I think it's pretty sick. Cool. All right, well, Jake, thank you so much for sending the deck to us, and hopefully this, if you did want to play this one again through Circle Undone, hopefully it helps you. If I am remembering right, I think you said you had a rough time, so hopefully this one with this little bit can maybe get you there. What do you guys think would be the recommended first experience to go into this deck when it comes time to it?
I think it's the lowest.
Oh, Miss Doyle for sure.
She is cheap. She is just 1. Stuff like Sharp Vision is good, but I don't think it's a priority. Same. It's actually probably like the stuff that's on like this side of the.
Yeah, it's probably like the Lolas and the Streetwise,
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah. You can save yourself a cool 3 XP by not playing with the taboo list.
Yeah, because that is the only thing tabooed. That is the only thing
Yeah.
tabooed here.
So, yeah.
So really, it's only 19 experience required, and that's like the doctor's advice. You know, you can do this one without the taboo list. if you're feeling it, it's okay. You know.
Yeah.
Sick. All right. Well, that's that. Nice and easy. Huge thank you to all of our patrons for supporting the channel. If you have a deck that you want us to look at for a future episode of Deck Doctors, just let us know and put the video in the list in the comments of the video. Or alternatively, you can go to our Discord channel, which is down in the description, and post in there and tag it as tag me in it and say Deck Doctors. This is for Deck Doctors. Look at my deck. And we'll check it out when we do this again in probably a month's time from now. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. And as always, GG's.